Now, first up, something everyone has to deal with in life are insecurities, whether it's from our childhood or past relationships. They tend to stay with us. However, a recent article on the Medium questions if it's ever possible to make insecurities go away. The author says not dwelling on the past is one of the biggest keys to overcoming insecurities, but that it takes a lot of work. She also says it's okay to go to therapy to try and work through some of your issues, because it's hard to move forward when you're stuck in your head. So, ladies, do you think we're stuck with our insecurities forever, or is it possible to overcome them?
Oh, God.
I think it's absolutely possible to overcome your insecurities. Yeah, like Jeannie said, like, geez, we can absolutely evolve, we can grow, we can mature. I 100% believe that we absolutely can overcome our insecurities. I do. I mean, I've overcome a bunch of insecurities. Growing up, I had chicken legs. I was tortured about it. I was so embarrassed about it. Now it's one of my favorite things, especially when I gained weight. I was like, but my leg's still skinny. But I think you grow into yourself. You become more comfortable in your skin. You know, I think there's so many things, from what you look like to your personality to the things that you like. Man, I gotta say, I had insecurities in my 20s, and just growing up and into my 30s, those things have just dissipated. Yeah, living life, yes.
G-Money, what about you?
The crazy part is, I mean, I agree, of course, with Aid and everything, because let's not let don't let people curse us thinking that what you thought, you know, what you don't like about yourself or what you thought was the worst thing about yourself is what you're going to live like tormented about.
No.
But the thing is, the only person, fam, that's gonna get you out of those insecurities, the only person, and not even Jesus, because you don't put that on him, it is you. It is you and what's going on in here. That's the crazy thing.
But Jesus can help you.
He could help you, yes, but it's not his responsibility to get you to start fixating on the beautiful things about you. Yeah. I know one time Lonnie was talking about her elbows, and she really loved her elbows and how much her elbows got her through life. Pick something. If there are so many amazing assets about you, don't be fixated on that one thing.
Yeah,
I agree. I think the older you get, the more you're in your skin. I mean, you know, sometimes things stick with you, but I think as you get older, you give less, if you know what I mean, and you kind of like, you know, go on with your life. Like, if you gain 10 pounds and now it's like bathing suit season's coming, who cares? I remember the most confident I felt in a bathing suit was when I was 7 months pregnant with twins. I didn't have to suck it in. People knew. And I think the more you grow and you know, you just got to let some things go. In the bigger picture, what's important? It's your health, your family, your living. Let everything else go. I think you can definitely outgrow insecurities, for sure.
But I think
I'm curious.
It's hard to it's hard sometimes to face it when, you know, like I used to have an insecurity about, you know, when people say, where you from? Like, where'd you grow up? And I would hate to say the projects, because, you know, the minute you say the projects, a lot of people, it's a stereotype, and a lot of people think of you a certain type of way. And so that's what I think they mean by, like, little insecurities like that. Like, I've grown out of that now because I realized that my foundation got me started. The projects don't define me. I'm actually defining the projects. And a lot of people have come out of the projects that have become, you know, great. So I just think that if you're having problems, you should seek therapy. Please go talk to somebody, because life is so short for you to be like, I used to be insecure about wearing a wig. Now, sometimes I don't even wear a wig. I put a head wrap on. I don't care anymore. I really don't care.
But this is what I'm curious about. When we're talking about insecurities that you can get over, are there any insecurities that you have carried into your 30s, your 40s, your 50s? Are there insecurities that you have not overcome? I'm sure that there's some that I have. I'm trying to think right now because I'm trying to think.
No, I'm laughing. This is why. And you're only going to get this if you're my age, okay? That's the only thing. I'm 42, fam. Mm-hmm. So all my younger sisters chilling in your 20s, your 30s, you won't get it. But after you turn 40, you don't give up. You don't. Because you just start appreciating how far you've come, the fact that, you know, you loved your life, you start caring about being with your family, you don't care what parties you're not going to. It really does become maturity. It really just becomes
Yeah.
priorities in life. And so
But
I
is
just
there
I can't wait.
anything-
They told me
So maybe
when
it's
I
not
turned
looks.
40 that they told me when I turned 40 that
I
you
was
would
telling
stop-
you
would
that.
not care.
I told you
Yes.
that.
And it's true. When
Maybe
you
it's
turn
not
40,
looks.
all of a sudden you're like, no, it's not about looks. It's you really don't have
Could it be a
no,
character?
looks.
Could it be a character flaw that you might be insecure about? Like I didn't think
Me?
about this until right now.
Me? A character flaw? Me?
I'm just saying. Like for instance,
no, I know what you're saying. I don't
Lonnie
care.
just made me think about education level. Like now you just made me. You low-key just made me insecure. No, I'm just kidding. You made me think
Wait,
about
what?
this.
No.
No, she did. I'm gonna explain. No, she didn't, but she made me think about it. Which is, I guess to some extent, it depends on who I'm around. If they think they're looking down on me because I either didn't go to college or like it's a
Yeah,
not
I know what you
status
mean.
thing. It's a
Status.
class.
It's
a
a status.
class
I see
level
what you're saying.
Status. Yeah.
I see what you're
Yeah.
saying, but here's
that I could
here's
be
the
insecure
work.
about.
Right, but here's the work. After I turned about maybe 33, I started really focusing on doing things that I was really proud of, whether it was work related, whether it was building back relationships with my family members, rebonding things. I made a list of all the things that I hadn't done, reached a certain amount of money, made a certain amount of savings, bought a certain amount of house or houses. I made a list of things like that, rebonded with my mom, confronted my worst enemy. And as I started clicking off that list, I felt really proud of accomplishments in a different way. So now, the other little things that I didn't like about myself, maybe it was a body feature, maybe it was about, I don't know, maybe an education level too, because I didn't go to college. And of course, I thought about that a couple times. But after you start to accomplish things that you really like about yourself, I don't even think about it anymore. I really don't. And I'm not saying that I'm the most confident person in the world. I just know how to immediately switch my brain and like the things that I'm proud of, even if it means I'm still missing the things that I
Yeah.
don't.
But I
Yo,
think
I
sometimes
was about to
when
get
you're-
deep.
Like what?
Go
ahead.
deep. You know I love deep. I love deep. Go deep.
I've talked to you about this, Jeannie. We've all had this conversation before. I actually really do believe that I was insecure, or I probably still am to some level insecure about thinking that this is like extra deep. This is not a way I didn't think about this. About how like if white people look down on me.
Oh.
What?
Like
Really?
that's
I get you.
100%.
I get you.
And I
Oh,
I
sure.
had actually
Yes.
shared this with the girls that I never had a white friend, or it wasn't until just recent that I actually had a white friend that I could be like, that's my friend. You know, even through our years in Disney Channel, like I never felt like white girls befriended me. Like they didn't want to, like, not that I think
go
they were.
deeper?
Yeah.
Can I go deeper?
Yeah.
What specifically, when you let your mind go there in that insecurity, what was your
Yeah.
mind insecure about when it came
That they
to white
thought I
people
was
judging
ghetto.
you?
They thought I was ghetto, or they thought I was loud, or they thought that we didn't have anything to relate with each other.
And how
to.
did that make you then react towards them? How did that make
But
you
I
react?
think I know where it comes from. Every single relationship I've ever had with a white person was a person in power that I had to answer to. A school teacher. It's an authority figure. All the white people in my life have always been an authority figure. A boss, a teacher, like that kind of thing, but never on a friend level. Like even girls, I'm not gonna lie, I tried to befriend girls and they never, and again, I don't think this is all white people, guys. Again, this is my
Right.
insecurity.
No.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like
But it also comes from the fact that we don't, like a lot of people, you haven't met someone outside of your race unless you work with them. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a lot of races
But
are
I'm
still.
friends with Asians. I'm friends with black girls. I got a bunch of black girlfriends. So in my mind, for some reason, that triggered that, like, because they've always been an authority figure, that they
For you.
saw me less
Yeah.
than, for me, in my life, yeah.